Then we get to the Malikiyah. In the Maliki madhab, you have a few different opinions. طيب. One is you make irsal. Irsal means to hang or dangle the hand to the side. طيب. One opinion is you do qabd, يعني to fold or wada'. طيب. To place. Qabd, wada'. طيب. One is that you fold or you can fold during the nafal but not during the fard. طيب. And there are other opinions too, but these are the major opinions within the Maliki madhab. It is a mistake that brothers make to assume that the Maliki madhab across the board has the opinion to dangle the hands. If you look in some of the standard books of the Maliki madhab, like Al-Baji Sharh Muwatta, he will find that Al-Baji, the great Maliki faqih, he took it to be the madhab and the sunnah to fold in the Maliki madhab. If you look at Ibn Abdul Barr, in his own works, and in his works, you will find that he clearly took at Tamheed, Istizkar, if you go look up his works, he clearly took it to be sunnah to fold, and he refuted, go and look up his aqwal, he refuted those who talked about making irsal, even though when he wrote the work just outlining the madhab, he mentioned both opinions. Because in that work, he was just putting together what the Maliki madhab's aqwal are. But in his shuruh, يعني, he was very explicit that he took it to be sunnah to fold. Ibn Rushd, the famous Maliki, he also took to fold. Ibn Mundhir, who's not Maliki, but Al-Awsat, his work is always known to go find out the aqwal of the ulama. He presents Imam Malik's work, Al-Awsat ibn Mundhir, go check it. He takes Imam Malik's opinion to be to fold. So you have these opinions within the Maliki madhab. Having said that, if you go to the Muwatta of Imam Malik, if you want to look at Imam Malik's own aqwal, if you go to the Muwatta, he has an entire bab on folding the hands in salah. Now, Malikis, well, some of them will tell you, oh, he only did that to show you he knows the ahadith. Well, if he knows those ahadith, and he did not put a bab for irsal. There's no bab in the Muwatta for dangling the hands. Go look it up yourself. And when Imam Malik in the Muwatta, and I studied the Muwatta, so I mean this is something you need to know from his style. When he sees a hadith that was contradicted by the actions of the people of Medina, he will mention the hadith and then he will write, but the people of Medina did not practice this. Imam Malik did not write that under the bab of wad' al-yadayn fi salah in the Muwatta Imam Malik. Tayyib? Look it up. So this shows that Imam Malik did not consider this to be contradicted by the practice of the people of Medina. Where did the idea of irsal come from? Ibn al-Qasim, one of the great well-known Maliki scholars in Mudawwana, he asks Imam Malik a series of questions. Now, but the important thing that people miss is look at context. Look at context. What were the questions about? They began about somebody leaning in salah. Tayyib. You know when you're making fard salah, it's makruh, it's disliked to lean. Tayyib. You should stand straight, you should not lean on anything. In nafal salah, you can lean. As some of the Ummahat al-Mu'mineen, when they used to make long nawafil at night, they would tie a rope and they would lean on it. So he asked Imam Malik this mas'ala, that can you lean in salah? He says, I don't like it in the fard, but it's okay in the nawafil. He said, what about folding the hands? So the context was folding the hands in the sense of leaning, in trying to lean on yourself. It's a little weird, I know, but you got to understand. And he gave the same answer. He said, I don't like it in the fard, but it's okay in the nawafil. So the context was leaning, not wada' or irsal, having to do with the sunnah of it. Because Imam Malik in his Muwatta, and there is no historic documentation that I could find, and I've challenged Malikis over and over, of showing Imam Malik's own practice of making irsal. This conversation is one thing, but his own, there was, oh, he knew it, he did irsal, show me. There is a story about when he was beaten for not giving a particular fatwa, And this story, I looked at the sanad, it has major weaknesses in it. But even if you take that to be true, well then he did irsal because the arms were paralyzed, not because he thought it to be sunnah. Rather, Ibn Abdul Barr said all of the students of Imam Malik, and he mentioned many of them, reported from him wada, any folding, except for this conversation with Ibn Qasim. Later on, Malikis, they just, to defend their madhab, they were like, the people of Medina did this. Show us the evidence. Abdullah ibn Umar, his Mawla Nafi', and those who were fuqaha of Medina, if you look at their aqwal, they all mention folding. Having said all of that, in the end, what matters is the sunnah. We challenge anybody. One Ramadan, I said the $10,000 prize. If they can find us one sahih, sarih, hadith that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam made salah in qiyam with his hands down. Don't say i'tidal. I'tidal is just being relaxed. In sujood you have i'tidal. You don't do that, right? Say, don't take a hadith and chop it. Where the hadith, which is a weaker hadith, which Rasulullah made the raf and then put it down and then fold it. And they're like, you put it down. I know, but continue the hadith. Right? Don't take mawdu'a hadith, right? You're not taking kadhab ala nabi or matruk. Look at these ahadith. And then, when you can't find those, ittaqillah, have taqwa of Allah, and then look at the evidences for folding and fear Allah and tell me, what are you going to do? Tayyib. Which brings me to the evidence of folding. Well, let's go over the madhab first. Tayyib. Shafi'i madhab, the well-known opinion in the Shafi'i madhab and the Mu'tazila